welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, also the author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So my co-host here is should be in here, or he's probably in the bedroom playing.
No, I'm just throwing a can away.
Okay, so he's gonna be in this room here like any second now. So, man, it is hot outside. So here's my husband right here, and soon our cat is gonna join us. So we got a new story for you guys tonight. It is called The Bookseller in the Locked Room. This is the new one. Perhaps maybe, I don't know, at the janitor's closet or something, or in his own room. I don't really know. Perhaps maybe in a haunted house or whatever. So, it reminds me of the actual seller. It reminds me of Stephen King. You know, he wrote The Shining. He wrote, I think, Green Mile. He also wrote the other books like Skeleton Crew. Also, he wrote The Wizard in Glass, The Dark Tower #4. So that's another one. That's what I'm reading. So he has written like a lot of books. So I have the original of Stephen King, The Wizard in Glass, The Dark Tower #4. I have the copy of it. I've got the Skeleton Crew, also by Stephen King, and there's another one. So I've got a lot of ghost story books. So it's really cool. So I'm nearly done with the one I'm reading right now. But anyway, I hope this story can make any sense to you all. So my cat should join us here soon. She's probably downstairs playing around or relaxing or whatever our cat usually does. She usually likes to relax, take naps a lot, eat and drink, and she likes to have her litter box next to her. Well, actually, it's right next to our dining room so she can use it. Her litter box. She's a cat. Cats do a lot of weird shit. She cries all the time, and she asks her mommy if she wants to be fed. Well, she asks her mommy to feed her. So I do. I feed our cat because she's hungry. So I do that because when I'm not working on my podcast or when I'm not crocheting blankets, and when I'm not reading my books. Oh, and here's our little sweet baby girl. Hi. Come here. Come here, baby girl. Hi, baby. This is our little baby. This is Tally. She's so cute. So she likes to hear her mommy's voice. Yeah, hi, Tally. Hiya. So yeah, this is our little baby, and her favorite things to do is to eat, blink, take a nap, use a litter box. But she also loves hearing my voice. And she loves to, look out the window. She likes to sunbathe. So she likes to sleep with me sometimes. Well, only if she wants to. I sing her to sleep, usually. I haven't done it in a while, but she loves it. Mwah. Yeah? Now go see Daddy. Let's go see Daddy. Go to Daddy, baby girl. Go to Daddy. Good girl. Go. Good girl. So anyway, so now we are going to start the story. So I hope you guys are ready because I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready too. So she just likes to, play around, which is right now. This is where she is. Anyway, so yeah, it's nearly almost 9. So we are going to read the story called The Bookseller in the Locked Room. So I just want to say thank you guys for being here, and thank you for all of your support and just, being the greatest fans of all time. So also thank you for subscribing to my channel of Ghosting with Anya. It's the best thing has ever happened to me. I've been doing this about a year now. So also sad news, guys. The actor from Jurassic Park, Sam Neill, has passed away at age of 78. It's just so sad. He was so good at the movie of Jurassic Park. We're all going to miss him, and may he rest in peace, and I hope he is watching over a lot of people from heavens with God. So I hope that you guys can give him a lot of candlelights, like acknowledgments, since he's a ghost now. He has passed away today. So anyway, last week it was Bonnie Tyler. She died age of 75 to some kind of surgery or whatever she had. So today is Sam Neill. Anyway, so I just want to say thank you guys for being here, and now we're gonna get started on the story. So get something to drink, sit back, relax, and please click like, share, and subscribe, and let's get started of the stories. We are on season 6 now, since I changed it. We're not season 5 anymore because we're done now. I mean, I would have done on episode 200, but I wanted to do it a bit earlier. So let's get started on the story. Episode 193, The Bookseller in the Locked Room. Mina had worked enough independent bookstores to know they all develop a personality somewhere between religion and Clutter Ash Row. Books occupied a narrow old building downtown with slanted floors, overfilled shelves, and staff who spoke of first editions with the same gravity other people reserve for medical results. Mina loved it immediately, especially the upstairs used book room with its windows over the alley and one strange locked door at the back marked staff storage. The owner, Mr. Creel, told her the room held old ledgers and unstable shelving and should be left alone until renovations happened someday. That someday, Mina quickly learned, would not arrive unless the dead took over project management. The first unexplained event was small. A stack of poetry chapbooks she had left alphabetized by author reappeared sorted instead by printer edition state and publication town, an obsessive method no modern bookseller would use for casual floor stock, but a brilliant one for valuation. Something tells me it's kind of like myself, but hey, I'm one of the authors as well. So far I have written 2 novels. My first novel and my second one. I'm just getting an update from my editors. Hopefully they will be working on it, and I hope that they can put the price on that and release it. I hope so, because it could take years. So the first one took months, but this one, my second novel, will maybe take another year or so, but hopefully it will be released on Amazon and you guys can check it out. All you have to do is go on Amazon search, type my first name and last name, which is Anya Smith, Anya. My last name is Smith. And once you click on that, and it will appear to you. My first novel will literally appear to you all. And the price is right next to it, the picture of my book. So hopefully my second novel will be there. Any price, maybe $20 or $30 or whatever, but still. Hopefully you guys can check it out. So let me know in the comments if you wish to buy my novel on Amazon. You can contact me on YouTube, right here on YouTube. You can contact me on Pinterest if you wish. Well, you can if you want to. You can contact me on TikTok as well, or Instagram or something too. But also, you guys can leave me comments down below right here on live stream. So let me know if you guys want to buy it. You're always welcome to. The price is $13.99 for the first novel. We'll figure it out for the second one because my editors are still working on that. Let's continue on this story. When she asked who had reorganized them, everyone downstairs denied it. The senior clerk, Anna, then asked a question that told Mina all denials were procedural rather than sincere. Was there a handwritten shelf marker left with them? There had been a small card in faded blue ink, reading, "Not all old is rare, but all rare grows old." Anna sighed and said, "The upstairs room used to belong to Bernard Vale, the store's original owner, who had once lived above the shop and bought estates book by book, with a memory no inventory software could match. Bernard died in the locked room after a collapse no one discovered until the next morning, because he often stayed up cataloging past midnight since then, especially when stock was mishandled, or undervalued, books moved. Cards appeared once, according to Anna, a customer trying to pocket a signed first edition found every exit bell in the store ringing until he put it back. He hates sloppy stock and thieves equally, she said. Mina was young enough to be excited by that instead of sensible. She started paying attention. If she shelved too fast, she'd later find one title protruding from the row, insisting on reconsideration if she priced a volume using only online comps rather than condition and provenance. The pencil mark on the tag would smear unreadably overnight until she redid it. One Sunday evening, she carried a box of old theology books upstairs and found the locked room door standing open for the first time. The room beyond smelled of leather paste and coal. Shelves crowded every wall, and a large central table held ledgers, wrapping paper string, and 3 uncased books laid open as if someone had just stepped away from collating them. Before Mina could decide whether to call Mr. Creel, she noticed one of the books on the table was the exact title she had been searching for all week. For a professor, a small note beside it read, "You checked the wrong sermon collection." She backed out of the room and the door closed by itself, not slamming, just ending the invitation. Mr. Creel, when told, did not even pretend outrage at the trespass. He sat heavily on a stool in the rare book room and admitted that Bernard Vale's locked room was sometimes less locked than private. Bernard, he said, had built the store through Depression years, time in different rise of chain retail by trusting his own judgment about books over every trend. He also had the bad habit of hoarding volumes he meant to catalog properly tomorrow. After his death, the room was frozen, as found and eventually locked, because no one could decide what counted as stock, what counted as archive, and what counted as grief. Creel said, just not in his hands. Happened when a developer made an offer on the building, and Creel began, for the first time, considering whether the store might be unsustainable. It was not betrayal exactly, more like tired arithmetic. But from that week on, the locked room grew active. Unsold boxes appeared downstairs, opened two volumes customers had requested only hours before. Rare books thought missing resurfaced, wrapped in Bernard's old paper with notes about proper pricing. Once, after Creole muttered that people don't care about this kind of stock anymore, every display in the front room collapsed at once, except the poetry table, where a handwritten card stood upright among the books. Then why do they keep coming in? Mina found that line more persuasive than any sales sheet. The store's resistance felt almost logistical rather than supernatural. The first full sighting came late on inventory night. Mina stayed upstairs while the others closed registers and counted till slips through the narrow glass of a bookcase door. She saw a man reflected where no one stood. Gray vest, sleeves rolled, spectacles low, turning pages with relevant irritation. Bernard Vale looked exactly like the kind of bookseller modern people imagine no longer exists. Half monk, half fence, fully intolerant of ignorance, disguised as confidence. He glanced at Mina only once and pointed toward a ledger in the locked room. This time the door stood open wide inside. The ledger listed unpaid tabs, special orders, and private consignments from families whose descendants still lived in town. Hidden in the back was a current envelope containing, to Mina's shock, a deed shared Bernard had once purchased quietly in the building itself, now never fully transferred after his death. Because no one had found the paperwork, the store was closer to saving than Creel realized. Yeah, this is a little freaky, so. Well, we both know what really happened, so. Well, let's continue on anyway. So I hope this story makes any sense to you guys, because it's so sad that the original bookseller has passed away. I mean, like maybe years before. So I am hoping that we get more information about Bernard Vale. So he loved books, he loved being the owner, he loved selling them to customers, but he hated the sloppiness in his own bookstore. So I guess we'll find out what really happened to him. So let's continue on the story. That discovery bought time legally, financially, and emotionally. Creel renegotiated, launched an estate catalog service using Bernard's notes, and reorganized the upstairs room into a curated rare books annex rather than a sealed mausoleum. The store's fortunes did not transform overnight, but they stabilized enough to matter. The locked room no longer opened unpredictably. After that, instead, once a week, Mina would find one selected volume laid out on the central table with a penciled note explaining why it deserved the front display. Bernard's choices sold more often than anyone else's. He had not lost his eye. Customers began remarking that the upstairs room felt especially well curated. No, curated now. Mina smiled every time she heard that. Curation was one word, ongoing possession by a dead bookseller with extraordinary stock judgment was another. Why, hello, Fearless. Hi, my friend. How are you doing? Oh, this is about the bookseller locked in the room inside of his own bookstore. This is what it is. Does this kind of ring a bell to you, Fearless? Because you used to be an owner of the bookstore. What the hell? No, I have not looked at it yet, but after this podcast, I will check it out. But thank you, Fearless. So, I'm just reading this story about the bookseller locked in the room, I think. Like, literally. Well, that's what I'm saying. So, it's called The Bookseller in the Locked Room. So, I will check out the video you sent me. So, anyway, how are you doing, Fearless? Really? Yeah. So, does this story makes any sense to you? Is it familiar to you? Does this remind you about your own thing? Oh, you're reading your book. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, this story is almost done anyway, and we're gonna move on to the answers with questions and answers. Okay, knocking out the rest of my homework. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, good luck with homework. I hope that you get 100%, and I believe you will ace it. Good luck. And Fearless, Chris is going to help you with your bookstore tomorrow, hopefully, after he's done with his Marriott thing. Tomorrow. Hopefully. Tomorrow night he can help you. And Thursday as well. So, this is just a reminder. So, anyway, good luck with your homework and finishing your book. So, thank you for stopping by at the podcast. I will text you later. Okay, let's continue on. Ash Row Books still looks crowded to people who don't know the difference between clutter and a live catalog. Mina now runs much of the upstairs floor and keeps Bernard's old blue ink shelf markers in a shallow tray by the register. She never lies when asked whether the store is haunted. She only says the upstairs room has standards. Most customers laugh. A few don't. Those are usually the ones who come back in the end. Mina decided Bernard Vail was not haunting the store because he feared closure. He was haunting it because books once recognized properly should keep moving from hand to hand. A locked room full of uncatalogued truth is just another way of losing stock. Bernard, dead as he is, remains committed to turnover. Wow, you guys. This is so sad about anyway, but this is so sad about this bookseller. How hard it was for him. So what Chris says, thanks for shopping at Anya.
I'm referring to Fearless.
Good.
He came in, so I thanked him for shopping at your podcast.
Well, this is kind of funny, but yeah. So, well, anyway, apparently Bernard had died at his apartment upstairs. So there's like separate places. The business would be like downstairs, the bookshop, and his apartment would be like on the second floor, I think. So the living part would be upstairs, and the business would be like downstairs. So it's kind of like our apartment here. I mean, we have a business on the second floor in the office / the studio. Chris has to do his business here in like during the day, in the morning through 4:30, and then for me is like in the evening. I have my studio, which is right here. This is my station, which is my YouTube studio. So I do my podcast right here in front of the window. So, but yeah. Anyway, I hope that you guys know what I'm talking about. The bookstore probably has a lot of books anyway. Okay, Christopher says, tomorrow in the office, my manager boss coming up from Wichita, Kansas, meet us. Okay, that's cool. Have you met your manager's boss?
On Teams, but not in person.
Okay, let me know what that person looks like.
Okay, he's a white man with hair.
How old?
40s or 50s.
Okay, cool. So anyway, yeah. So my husband has to go to his actual office tomorrow. He has a meeting with his manager's boss. I mean, they're all having a meeting together, so Chris will meet his actual boss. Like his boss's boss. Is he kind of like the owner or something?
No.
Who's his boss?
Someone in corporate.
Is the owner or something?
Yeah, I don't know, baby. Let's keep your story going.
Cool.
Baby.
So anyway, but yeah. So we have a bookstore, but tomorrow is our last time going there, but it's the rent thing we have to do, and then we have to clean out the actual bookstore because we're trying to get everything cleaned out so the new people can sign the lease so they can own it and deal with it. So I hope they have a new business. I mean, I do miss the bookstore that I worked at, but I don't miss the part where we didn't get enough support and enough customers to come and make money for us. I mean, the bookstore wasn't making enough money just because And Delay decided to bring children over to the bookstore and let them work or mess around. So that's the reason why we had to shut it down, because he made the wrong choice. It was kind of his fault at some point, but I'm not pointing any fingers. So anyway, enough chit chat. So let's go with the questions. We got 10 questions, 10 answers. You guys are always welcome to join the conversation with the questions and answers about the story. What did you guys think about the story? Did it make any sense? Did you feel something of the story about Bernard Vale, the bookseller? Did it break your heart when he passed away? I think it broke my heart. I mean, a lot of people die every day, so all these stories are actually related to this kind of thing. So anyway, let's get started on the questions. So would you have entered the locked room after finding the door open? Yes, I would. I mean, if it opened by itself, which means it wanted us to enter. It's it chose us to enter because it wanted to show us what was happening in the locked room. It wanted to show us some truth of it and evidence. No wonder why. So I think Bernard Vale was trying to tell Mina what was happening and showing her something, like the truth. He wanted her to know the truth about what was happening. So anyway, no wonder why people are freaking out if they don't know what's happening. Well, other people are literally afraid to talk about it. So the new owner of that bookstore in this story is afraid to talk about it because it's too painful, I guess, to him or something. So, okay, one more time of this question. Would you have entered the locked room after finding the door open? Let me know in the comments if you ever have done that in a haunted bookstore. I probably would have. So anyway, I mean, if I were Mina, I would definitely enter it and get all the evidence and get all the proof about what was going on, especially how can I help Bernard move on into the afterlife, get everything, tell everyone what happened in that room. So how can I free Bernard from being trapped in there for so many decades? Okay, let's go to number 2. Do you think Bernard stayed for the books, the business, or the standards? I think he stayed for the books because he loved books and he didn't like the sloppiness things. I mean, stacking them very neatly. He tried everything. So when he was cataloging, it somehow he died unexpectedly. So he hated all the sloppy catalogs and stuff, but he loved the books mostly. It was his books, business thing, He wanted everything neat, like taken good care of. He stayed because he wanted to make sure all the books were taken good care of, like filed, cataloged, stacked up very neatly, put them on a freaking shelf in alphabetical order, especially with the authors' names in alphabetical order. He probably stayed because of the books. No wonder why. Okay, let's go to number 3. What was more unsettling, the rearranged stock or the reflected bookseller? Well, I think it's the reflected bookseller. It's not just because the arranged stock, it's also the reflection of Bernard Vale. I mean, if I saw his reflection, I would not be afraid. Actually, I would be happy to see him. I would be like ecstatic, flabbergasted. I mean, shocked, but I would be brave enough to talk to him, find out how did he really die in the locked room upstairs, like in his own little office or something. It could have been office or his own apartment upstairs, like literally. So I think it was definitely his reflection, not the arrangement. All right, let's go number 4. We're nearly done with this anyway. After this, I'm probably going to get ready. I already taken my meds. I got cleaned up. So probably just going to watch a movie or whatever. So I'm probably just going to relax, maybe play games. So yeah. All right. Why do bookstores make such rich settings for ghost stories? Well, that's a good question. Why do bookstores make such rich settings for ghost stories? Well, there isn't why. It's because of all the memories in that bookstore. Like Bernard is trying to finish his job, trying to do what he loved the most, being a good bookseller. He loved cataloging very neatly. He took his job very seriously. So he just wanted to make his customers happy. So he wanted to take good care of the books. So it's memories, like history. And he had some good times, he had bad times that he went through, some of the worst times ever in his life. So mostly some good times with his books and everything else, but he stayed because he loved what he would have done in his life. I mean, he stayed because he loved working at the bookstore because he was the owner anyway. But he loved stacking, he loved putting things in alphabetical order. He just wanted everything good. He just wanted to succeed in life. Be very successful and just make his customers very happy. That's what he loved the most. Until he died unexpected. That's a tragedy. But he had a good memories in him. So, but yeah. Anyway, let's go to number 5. Was Mina right to trust the notes and ledgers from the locked room? Yes. If Mina did not see what was going on in the upstairs locked room, she would have never trusted him. She would have never saw what was happening, and she would have gone with her day, working very hard and making people happy. So, but Now, once she went upstairs and encountered Bernard's ghost, she decided to trust him anyway, even though she was kind of scared a little bit. But she got over it and she trusted him the most. And she honored his notes. So she decided to go with Bernard's notes. And he's been honored. So she told Bernard that she can release him by honoring him with his notes, doing his methods, how to catalog them properly, putting them in the right shelves with the alphabetical order. And he'll be definitely released from his torment. He's not haunting it just because he didn't feel happy. He was haunting it because he took his job seriously. He loved it so much. He felt happy where he wanted to be, even in death. So it's the only place he loved being at was his own bookstore. I mean, if I were him, I would probably continue working at the bookstore and honor any owner. Like my friend Fearless here, who was just here on, the conversation a little bit, but we both decided to leave because our bookstore didn't make enough money, didn't get enough supporters. So that is why it's been shut down. So anyway, same question for you, Bubba. Was Mina right to trust the notes and ledgers from the locked room?
Yes.
Good. That's very good. And I actually agree. She did. All right, let's go to number 6. What do you make of the phrase "fire grows old"? The books are not being treated properly. No wonder why. So the phrase is like the success is not growing very well, like the business, because people are not taking good care of books, not making people happy that much. No wonder why, because they're not doing their job properly. No wonder why the business is unwell, like a little slow. No wonder why. So I think that's what it is. I'm not really sure. I don't have all the details, and I don't know how to explain. So, all right, let's go to number 7. Can a dead shopkeeper still curate a living store? Of course it can, yes. Even in death, Bernard can continue doing his job, like helping the living do correct way of catalogs and putting books in the right shelves and with the alphabetical order stuff, that sort of thing. Even in death, you can do that. Just like the former librarians can. So, but yes, of course. All right, let's go to number 8. Would you keep working in a bookstore that corrected your pricing? Yes, I definitely would. I mean, if I were still working at the bookstore right now, I would be making like millions of bucks just to get corrected. But I would trust the dead. I trust my friend Fearless. I trust my husband. And I would definitely take advice from a dead guy, literally. So, of course, My answer will always gonna be a yes. Okay, let's go to number 9. Is this hunting more about love of books or fear of negligence? It's actually this hunting is actually about love of books, not fear of negligence. Bernard Vail loved selling books. He was a damn good seller. No wonder why people loved going to his shop and get the books, because they loved reading, he loved reading, so they had a lot of in common with the bookstore keepers. So I think Bernard is haunting the bookstore because he loved cataloging them. He loved doing correctional way of working. So he loved helping people. He loved reading the books. He loved everything about it. This is why he stayed, because it was his passion, it was his calling. Even in death, he was just trying to help people to succeed the business, like raise up the business and make a lot of money. So anyway, he just wanted to help people, get everything they want, like be very successful. No wonder why. Okay, guys, we are on the last question before I sign off. If a dead bookseller kept choosing the best front display titles, would you let him? Yes, of course. Chris, would you?
Yes.
Well, here's the question. If a dead bookseller kept choosing the best front display titles, would you let him?
Yes.
I totally would trust him. I mean, he's very picky, even in death, so I definitely would trust Bernard to what he was trying to do. He was just trying to put the right pricing on the books. So he was just trying to catalog everything neatly, and he was just trying to make people happy. That's all. So I would definitely let him do what he's got to do. I trust him. Okay, guys, we are out of time, so I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and we are going to be doing another episode, but tomorrow night, same time as always, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., Ghosting with Anya, a new story. It's going to be The Actress in the Green Room. This is the new story. So, again, thanks for watching and tuning in. Thanks for participating. Thank you as well. And thank you, Fearless. So, have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Have fun. Stay spooky. Stay hydrated and stay dry as well. So, be very safe, and we'll see you guys on my next episode of Ghosting with Anya, episode 194, The Actress in the Green Room. This is the new story. Will be live streaming tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. So please click like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Good night, everybody. And may God bless you all. Bye.
Bye.